Today we're not going to build, we're going to talk about the set that we were building before. Lego Trains set 4552 cargo crane. Of course we start off with two minifigures. The one that's hanging here is a kind of a lorry. I think it's called a lorry. And then we have the container closed by two classical Lego train doors. A simply flatback car. And then this crane that's able to hang there without flipping over. And then we have the 91 Lego Crocodile. And then we have a quite complete train here. Hello, this is Timo, and this is another video of my project where I'm talking and building my old Lego. Today we're not going to build, we're going to talk about the set that we were building before, a review. We're talking about Lego Trains set 4552. It's bearing the name Cargo Crane. It was released in 1995, available till 1998. And it has 274 parts. And yeah, it's displayed here on my table. Let's take a quick look in the my camera settings. My camera lens there is not the proper one for this. But let's take a quick look in the catalog of 95, the year it was released. And I can just show it in this camera. It's right there. It's so interesting, like when you are mirroring, when you see a mirror of yourself, you also start moving the wrong hands. But it was shown on this page when it was released. And that's the first page of, yeah, like two and a half pages of Lego Trains, which was already like way lesser than it used to be. But still, worst had to come. Yeah, and also that year the Metroliner was still available. I was astonished about that. I just checked it before and I was astonished that the Metroliner was still available, dating from 1991. But Lego catalogs, we will do that in another video. 95, I didn't do that yet, but let's see. Yes, so the cargo crane in front of me. Let's just first start with seeing what's all included in this set. Of course, we start off with two minifigures. It was one of the first years that Lego slowly moved away from the classical smiling face, smiling Lego figure face, and started doing these alternative prints. So one guy has a mustache and one guy has sunglasses. And one guy is wearing, carrying a walkie-talkie, which in Lego scale is always a bit bigger. It's almost like the size of a minifigure body, the height. Yeah, let's place them back. Oops. Let's place them back how they were. And yes, let's just start with the small, from small to big. So, and then we have a welding device, included helmet. So yeah, this is a set includes all kind of tools, probably to do reparations on the tracks in railroading. And then we go to the next one, and it's I like kind of dummies of counterweights for the crane, and they are stored on the pallet. And yeah, let's put it together. Let's slowly put it together. Let's see, this one belongs there. And we're going to show the functions of the crane, including the counterweights, and why when they are used later on. Let's just first show all the parts of this set. Yes, and the one that's hanging here is a kind of a lorry. I think it's called a lorry. It's like a little car from the train tracks. And I think that's the reason why the minifigure has a walkie-talkie, because it's actually representing the remote control, because I think this, I just assume that this lorry is also be able to be controlled remotely. Yeah, and I think that's the position of that one is here, as I remember. And then we have the container, which is, I think, meant for storing some stuff in it, like this welding machine. Let's see if I can still fit it inside. Oh, let's first show that there's also like a kind of other, I think it's a cutting device or saw or something, or a drilling device that's representing this blue thing here. And then there's on the side, there's space for this welding machine. And yes, and then the container is closed by two classical Lego train doors, which I always liked when I was playing with Legos, because these doors you could always use to make some more wagons. And I think the green ones, especially back then, they were really rare. I think they were only in this set. Probably later on they started also producing more other sets with green doors. But yeah. And that one is going here. Yeah. And then, yeah, let's just take the parts. Let's start with the smaller wagon. I mean, it's just, yes, I actually loaded it now full of stuff, but it's actually just a flatbed. If you take off those things, then it's just like a simply flatbed car. And with those things, it's nicely stored. And yeah, let's just, because I have a track here. And then we can do also a bit like, I can also a bit show how this exactly works. And then let's take a quick look to this crane. Yeah, I will show this in a bit, but there's just all these things that are, you know, like arms to put the weights on. And of course the crane, it's movable up and down, and you can move it out and in. And that's actually a nice system here that they did, is that it's with a jumper tile, they solved this thing that you can have these steps of putting the crane higher and higher. And this is the max. And this is a bit how it works. And let's just put a guy inside, the crane driver. And he's just right there. Oh, yeah, this is a bit, of course, always things fall out. So, let's put it back. And then when we put this a bit more down, like this, then you can actually see how the complete picture looks like when the guy is inside. And yeah, let's just put this on the track. Yes, and let's just take it here. Let's take a sip of the water and then put a little bit more aside. Yeah. And then, oh, that little middle finger is now still left there. Oh, you can coordinate everything here. So how does it work? Yeah, the crane definitely needs some weight to be able to swing out to the left and to the right. And therefore it has to pull out this plate, and yes, but if the plate is, then it also has to swing out. So I guess the pallet, but I guess the pallet is not that heavy to do so. And this is the thing, so you will get this in the set. There's no tracks. There are no tracks included, and those weights only work proper when there are tracks underneath. You can show I don't know if you can see it, but in the instructions, if you look a bit closer to the crane wagon, it's actually floating because it's standing on those weights. So yes, maybe this is a case that it would actually not have been a bad idea, bad thing to put also tracks in the set, because you need them actually to have this function fully working without the wagon floating like in the instructions, on the instructions. So, and then of course the crane, you have to remove those safety things, I don't know how you call them, hinge plates, and then you can actually swing out the crane to all kind of directions. Oops, okay, this should not happen. The wire is falling off. Yeah, and then you can just lift things, like for example this, and that's swinging. Then it's able to swing. That's able to hang there without the crane flipping over. And yeah, it's for me the wrong side, but yeah, you can then put it up and down, which is probably with my big hands another story as for some kids with some smaller hands that are more capable of doing this. Yeah, and that's the function. So you can basically lift out all the goods from the train and put them all around for construction works, I guess. Yeah, I'm thinking now, because you see there's a track and there's a power unit here. So I actually want to run this train a bit in circles. Of course, it's not able to run by itself. So yeah, I have some other sets that I can include now. But maybe first, let's just talk a bit still about the set. What I think about it, I can give it a kind of rating, which I always find a bit like, okay, a number. I really like this set. Because it's very complete. It has everything in it for a play scenario. Now, maybe the tracks are missing and maybe a locomotive if you also want to make it run. But if you just want to play with a stationary on a construction site and you want to do some building site scenarios, then I think it's really complete. You have the crane, you have all the goods, you have 2 minifigures. Yes, and you can always already do some with it as a kid. I'm always thinking about my father and my mother. They were separated, and then sometimes I was in my father's place, where my Lego was not there. My Lego was in my mother's place, and then sometimes I got a set or I bought a set there, and then I was always some sets I remember I was really playing with it and without limitations, and I could do a lot of stuff with it, and I call those sets like complete sets, like sets that you can just play with it when you don't have other Lego sets. And this is maybe an example of a set like that, except for the tracks, because I think for a kid, when there's no tracks available and the crane wagon is just floating around, it's a bit maybe annoying. So I give it like an 8. I think an 8 is a good number, a good rating for the set. It was also a set that was, I mentioned it, 95 till 98, which is a long time for a set to be available. That's like 4 years, 4 catalogs it was available. And mostly it's like 2, 3 for Lego trains. For the other sets, it's mostly like 2 or 3 years. So that means that it was a good set also for Lego. Probably it sold well, and that's why they kept it in the assortiment. Yes, I agree. I agree with Lego. That was a good thing to keep it because it's a really nice set. Let's put it together again. Let's make it run a couple of loops before we say goodbye again. So I have to pull this in. Yeah, this wire. I do it not the proper way, of course. You should do it like this. which takes forever, kind of. And then you have to put it down. And then you have to fixate it with those little hinges. And this guy is, yeah, where do I put this guy? Let's just make him sit like there, you know, looking around. Or maybe he's just sitting in his car, in his remote controlled car here. Yes, and then we reintroduce some sets we were already discussing before. We already were building before, and they are all from '91 because I just like them, and they fit very well to this set, I think. So I think this one, because it's all construction site sets or railroad construction sets. And then I have also another one in '91. It's the Blue Hopper. It's the flatbed with tractor, I think it's called. Oh, there's a magnet. No, I have to go see this on a closer look. No, there it goes. So, and then we have the Blue Hopper, and then of course we have the 91 Lego Crocodile, and we put on a pantograph, otherwise it cannot run, of course. And then we have a quite complete train here, and that's probably the most fun part of this video, to make it run a bit. Let's see if I estimate the right direction. It's always, I don't know why, it's always like, well, I know why. It's quite an old set already, an old motor, and it always needs to get a bit warmed up before it's actually rolling. And yeah, that's always a fun part. To see a Lego 9-volt Lego train running again on tracks, and this is a really nice train. I think this is a very nice train. It's a bit long because the 9-volt Lego motors, if you make the train too long, and of course there's a lot of curves in this track, then it's getting a bit slow. So I can also speed it up a bit. It's just for the camera maybe nice when it's a bit slower, because otherwise it's just, in this camera shot, just always just passing so fast without actually seeing something. Yeah. Yes, amazing. It fits perfectly in the train, this cargo crane. And yeah. I mean, this just always makes me smile. Simply as that. Yeah, let's make it still 2 rounds, 2 loops, and then we give it a wrap. So, now let's put it nicely together with the, maybe like in the middle for the end shot. So that's it. That was the review of set 4552 Cargo Crane, released in '95 and available till '98. I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe to my channel. That's very important for my channel to grow. I also always appreciate it when you leave a comment in the comment section. You can just share your opinion or ask questions or tell me some nice anecdotes. Yeah, I wish you a wonderful day and I hope to see you soon in the next video. Goodbye.